Hey Winnicott.
Welcome back to another episode of WHTV.
A lot has happened since our last episode a month ago.
You're right, we came back to school finally.
Not to mention, we started a new year. I'm so glad 2020 is in the past.
Yeah, I hope this year is a lot better.
Me too. We should do something productive to start off 2020, right?
Yeah, we should. Too bad we didn't participate in the concept project walk.
What's that?
Winnicott alumni Emmy DeSwanee and a few others recently walked across New Hampshire to raise awareness for mental health. Hannah and Serena just did a story on it. Let's roll it.
On December 17th, former Winnicott graduate Emmy DeSwanee and former Exeter High School graduates Garrett Roberts and Adrian Delacoli started a 118-mile hike from the base of Mount Washington to Hampton Beach to raise awareness about mental health. Mental illness hit its peak in 2020, and that is why the group of three ended off the year walking from the highest point in New Hampshire, Mount Washington, to the lowest point, Hampton Beach, to represent the highs and lows of mental health.
Three local college students on an incredible journey through New Hampshire to raise awareness about mental health. Boston 25 News reporter Kirsten Glavin explains it is more than 100 miles of highs and lows.
Everything we own is constantly wet.
Now bundled as best they can, Adrian, Garrett, and Emmy are still walking, planning to trek 118 miles all the way to Hampton Beach.
Through the snow and cold, three friends are braving more than 100 miles by foot to raise awareness for mental health.
It feels really cool to bring attention to such like a crucial issue from where I'm from.
The Concept Project is a collection of events aiming to raise money and awareness on social issues. They are constantly looking for a new concept that is catchy and eye-opening. This is a new type of awareness, and the team is currently trying to find the newest and most relevant issues and work as a generation to make a change. They encourage you to give your ideas on their website, theconceptproject.org. They're raising money with the GoFundMe to help benefit the National Alliance on Mental Illness. NAMI New Hampshire is committed to helping the lives of those affected by mental illness around them. You can donate to the GoFundMe with the link in our description box.
It's a little bit cold, but we're all layered up. Once you start walking, it kind of all just fades away. You forget about the cold and being tired.
The trio says they know people who have dealt with mental health challenges. They want to show they care, and they want to drive change.
In New Hampshire, there's not a lot of resources, not a lot of beds for people that need help. So I just want to draw awareness to that fact.
We want to congratulate Winnicott alum Emmy on this amazing project she worked on along with our rival schools alumni Adrian and Garrett. We can't wait to see what the future holds for all of you. For WHTV, this is Serena and Hannah.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, I wish we could have done it with them. It would have been a good workout.
Yeah, especially since I didn't do a winter sport.
Since when are winter sports happening?
Winter sports are underway at Winnicott. This year, all the teams are able to have a season, and many played their first games last week. All the teams are taking part in a regional schedule due to COVID concerns, but even with it modified, it's great to see all the teams in action. Last week, many teams had in-person ceremonies to honor their seniors. In past years, this night would usually fall on the last home game of the team's regular season, but because of the uncertainty of COVID, this was moved up. Congrats to the seniors and all their hard work through the years.
Ella, what even is that song called?
It's Backseat by Roddy Ricch.
It's not very good.
It was actually my top song from 2020.
Do you want to know what my top song was?
Not really, but let's take a look at what the top albums and songs were from 2020.
2020 was a year full of many surprises. While COVID-19 took over the world, the music industry saved us all.
Some of the most popular albums this year were Eternal Take by Lil Uzi Vert, Blame It on the Baby by DaBaby, The Slow Rush by Tame Impala, and Positions by Ariana Grande. According to the Billboard, the top 5 albums from 2020 were Folklore by Taylor Swift, Cardigan, and Exile were 2 very popular songs on that album.
Number 4 on the Billboard chart is Fine Line by Harry Styles. Even though this album came out in 2019, it remained popular throughout 2020 with hits like Adore You and Watermelon Sugar.
The album third on the list is Please Excuse Me for Being Antisocial by Roddy Ricch. 3 popular songs on that album were The Box, High Fashion, and Backseat.
My Turn by Lil Baby takes the number 2 spot with songs like Some to Prove, Heatin' Up, and Whoa.
Coming in at number 1 on the Billboard chart for Top Album of the Year is Hollywood's Bleeding by Post Malone. The top 3 songs on the album were Circles, Wow, and Sunflower, which also came out in 2019.
2020 had a variety of different artists who made the Billboard chart. The students from Winnicott also have a variety of different music they liked from the year.
Kid Cudi's new album.
My favorite song of 2020 was The Shining by The Neighborhood.
21 Savage,
Probably Two G's.
I like Morgan Wallen's new album.
I liked Future's album.
My favorite song of 2020 was WAP by Cardi B.
My favorite song is Good Days by SZA.
My favorite artist of 2020 was the Jonas Brothers.
Some students answered in a Google form. From the form, we learned that the students' favorite artists from 2020 were Pop Smoke, SZA, Juice WRLD, and Megan Thee Stallion.
Some students' favorite songs were Good Days by SZA, Mood by 24K Golden, and For the Night by Pop Smoke. Students seem to like albums like Circles by Mac Miller and Folklore by Taylor Swift.
We asked 2 students some specific questions about their music taste.
My favorite album of this year was Please Excuse Me for Being Antisocial by Roddy Ricch, which came out in February, I believe, of 2020.
My favorite album this year was High on Life by Future. My favorite song in that album was Too Comfortable.
My favorite genre of 2020, well, I listen to like everything, but I'm gonna have to say it's just either pop or rap were my most listened to.
My favorite genre this year was rap.
Well, for this year, I really liked Good News by Mac Miller and I liked Facts by 2K Baby. But I know that my most listened to song was Ballin' by Roddy Ricch.
My favorite artist this year was Future or Pop Smoke.
For my favorite artist this year, I'm gonna have to go with Roddy Ricch, but I listened to a bunch of different people and I discovered a lot of new artists this year, which I really like. All of the artists and albums can be streamed on many streaming platforms such as Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon Music, and YouTube.
The music that came out in 2020 got us through the terrible year that we had. Hopefully 2021 is a little better and we get more hits just as good as the ones from 2020. From WHTV,
This is Julia.
and Ella. Interesting how everyone's music taste is so different.
Right?
2020 has already been off to a great start with the new in-person school schedule that started 3 weeks ago.
And there's even a proposed plan for the trimester 3 schedule. In a recent school board meeting, Principal McGowan presented how Tri-3 would look a little different compared to the current schedule. There has been a push for a complete return to school option, which includes in-person learning 5 days a week for all students who want it. There will still be an enriched virtual learning option for those who are not able to come in. This new plan will still include A and B days to limit the amount of class changes per day, but because of the increase to the amount of students in the building at a time, there'll be 4 lunches instead of 3. All classroom spaces will continue to stick to 6-foot social distancing practices with 75% of all students in the building. Some classes will have to move to larger spaces to maintain social distancing. Office hours will still continue to be available and classes will still be 75 minutes. If the school board agrees, this plan will begin trimester 3.
I can't wait to see the A through L kids. Well, that's it for today. We don't know when we'll see you next.
Bye.
That was so long.
What? I know I had to press it like 3 times.
Wait, we're not ready.
You should like dance.
Okay.
Ella, what is this song even called?
It's Backseat by Roddy Ricch.
Sorry. I'm looking at the paper, not the screen.
We have to play the music for a few seconds and then I'll stop it.
Can we restart? Sorry. Well, what else would I have to change? Coming to the building, some classes will have movement. Okay, this is going so downhill as I keep reading.
Dude, I'm like,
I couldn't breathe.
mask.
Were my curtain bangs looking good today?